You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back, Rudrance, for Black and White Sports. Well, we're going to talk about Riley Gaines again. As we know, she is the University of Kentucky swimmer, former University of Kentucky swimmer that had to compete against a transgender by the name of Leah Thomas when Leah Thomas was at UPenn. And I did a video earlier where we talked about her. She came out, she hammered Dylan Mulvaney and, of course, Nike over the fact that they put Mulvaney, who is a biological man, into a Nike ad campaign, and Bud Light. Bud Light, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, whatever, they're canceled. I mean, they're out of there. People decided they weren't drinking any more Bud Light. Well, the other night, Riley Gaines was at San Francisco State University, and she was there to give a speech. Well, the ruthless alphabet mob showed up while she was supposed to give said speech and attacked her. They did assault her. Now, of course, you always got to use the words alleged, but, I mean, at this point, most people have seen the video footage, and the police had to come in and get her, escort her out, and in true San Francisco fashion, and my guess San Francisco State fashion, no arrests were made. This story just came out, and, wow. This actually does not surprise me out there in San Francisco whatsoever, that they would choose to not actually arrest anybody for that. I guess men can actually beat on women in San Francisco, and it's just nothing to see here. Please move along. This is Breitbart. No arrests were made Thursday night after a transgender mob assaulted former NC2A women's swimming star Riley Gaines after she delivered a speech at San Francisco State University in which she discussed saving women's sports and highlighted her personal experience competing against biological male athlete Leah Thomas. By the way, Leah Thomas, I think, actually likes chicks. Yeah, and was in the locker room with these women and exposing himself. This is per the women that were in there with him. There's something very twisted and sinister about what Leah Thomas was doing, in my opinion. Authorities responded Thursday after Gaines was, quote, ambushed and, quote, hit by a man wearing a dress. God, you can't make this up. After delivering her speech at SFSU. Video shows the transgender mob shouting as authorities usher the former NC2A swimmer away from danger. One activist could be heard manically screaming, "Trans rights are human rights." Amid the chaos, Gaines' husband said his wife told him she was hit multiple times by a guy in a dress. And my guess is they were probably there also because they know what side of the political aisle Riley Gaines is probably leaning on. And in true mob fashion, they showed up for all kinds of reasons. Wow, this is just crazy. No charges at all. Inside, chants can be heard in a room where Riley Gaines is speaking, and protesters within the room are stomping their feet. They got stamping, but stomping their feet along to the protesters outside. Gaines also took to social media and affirmed that she was, quote, ambushed and physically hit twice by a man. This is proof that women need sex-protected spaces, she wrote. Still only further assures me that I'm doing the right thing. When they want you silent, speak louder. Okay, so these people have absolutely no respect for anybody. They don't even respect the law. We knew that. Despite this, both the SFSU and the police department told TMZ Sports that no arrests were made following the alleged assault, describing the situation as, quote, a disruption. Unbelievable. The disruption occurred after the conclusion of the event, which made it necessary for UPD officers to move the event speaker from the room to a different safe location, SFSU. Officials said Gaines' agent, Eli Bremer, told Fox News Her goal has been to, quote, educate her peers about her experience and what impact of the growing number of biological males in women's sports will do to the integrity of Title IX. It's lighting Title IX afire is what's happening here. Instead of a thoughtful discussion tonight at SFSU, Riley was violently accosted, shouted at, physically assaulted, and barricaded in a room by protesters. He continued, adding that it is simply stunning and that it is acceptable for biological male students to violently assault a woman for standing up for women's rights in 2023. Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, an Olympia, is among those who offered support to Gaines on social media. Pray for Riley Gaines. You are a courageous voice of reason, an incredible athlete, and beyond brave. Praying. And Marsha Blackburn came out and said, San Francisco State University and law enforcement must take immediate action to hold those who assaulted Riley Gaines accountable. We will not allow the violent radical left mob to silence us. And it's unbelievable. It truly is. This is where we're at. The fact that people are having to go out and lobby for men to not compete against women in sports shows you exactly how crazy things have gotten in this day and time. Am I surprised the police decided to make no arrest in this out there in California, especially in San Francisco? No, I'm not surprised in the least. I actually would have been surprised if they had have charged any of the scumbags with anything like assault, because we know in that part of the country they have elevated criminals and devalued the lives of law-abiding citizens, of which Riley Gaines is one. Also, she doesn't align with their politics out there, so they're not really going to look out for her. They should. I'm sure they took a look at it, decided to call it a disruption. Frankly, out there in California, this probably isn't considered much as bad as crime has run amok out there. To normal people, this is awful. It's truly repugnant. It's terrible. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. So, they just assault Riley Gaines and nothing to see here. Please move along. Crazy. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.